Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hi, today we'll be discussing on design of cantilever beam. Okay, first I'll read out the problem. Design a cantilever beam with a clear span of 2.5 meter which can carry an imposed load of 20 kilonewton per meter. Adopt M20 grade concrete and Fe415 steel. This is the problem statement. Okay, first I'll be writing the given data. Clear span is given. It is equal to 2.5 meter is the clear span of the beam. Live load is given. Imposed load or live load is 20 kilonewton per meter. FCK 20 Newton per mm square. Fy 415 Newton per mm square. This is all about the given data. So this will be treated as step 1. So in next step, step 2, I need to find out the dimensions. So first you need to assume the breadth of beam B is equal to 230 mm will take. Okay, as the wall thickness generally will take of 230 mm width, so I'll be width of wall is equal to 230 mm. So next, the depth of the beam is calculated as per IS 456, that is guidelines given in page number 37. L by D for the cantilever beam is 7, maximum it is 7. Instead of 7 I will be taking 5 here. Okay, so depth is equal to L by 5. It is equal to, L is nothing but the span of beam, clear span, that is 2500 divided by 5. It will be around 500 mm. Okay, and we'll assume D dash is equal to 50 mm, or we'll be taking the clear cover or effective cover of this beam is equal to 50 mm. So the overall depth of beam is equal to D plus D dash. It is equal to 500 plus 50. Total it is 550 mm. The next will be the calculation of effective span. Effective span is equal to, we have two criteria to calculate effective span. One is effective span is equal to clear span plus D by 2. Actually for cantilever only one support is there, that's why I will be taking only once D by 2, or effective span is equal to clear span plus width of support by 2. Okay, these two guidelines or two clauses are there. Okay, so we don't have, in the present problem we don't have any width of support mentioned. Okay, so I will not be going for this one. So only the thing is that I will be calculating clear span plus effective depth is 500 mm small d divided by 2. Okay, it is nothing but 2750 mm. Okay, it is equal to 2.75 meter. Okay, in this way we will be calculating the effective span and the dimensions of the beam. And next one, step 3. This was step 2, this one is step 3, that is load calculation. Okay, dead load will calculate first. It is equal to breadth into depth into density of concrete. Okay, so here it is breadth of the beam is 0.23. Overall depth, okay, instead of effective depth, here I will be taking overall depth because the weight, even though cover weight is need to be calculated here. Okay, so breadth and overall depth, it is 0.55 into 25. So dead load of the beam is equal to 3.162 kilonewton per meter. This is the dead load which is acting, and live load is already given, that is equal to 20 kilonewton per meter. Together we got W is equal to 23.162 kilonewton meter. Okay, once if it is working load is 23.162, the ultimate load or design load is equal to 1.5 times the working load, that is nothing but 23.162. Okay, when you calculate this one, you will be getting the factored load or design load is equal to 34.74 kilonewton per meter. Okay, in this way we will be calculating the load on the beam. The next step is I'll go for the step 4, that is bending moment and shear force. Before going to calculate bending moment and shear force, as it is a cantilever beam, I'll be drawing this one. The span of effective span of beam is 2.75, that is nothing but L effective. Here the cantilever beam carries UDL. Okay, it is of WU 34.74. WU is equal to 34.74. Now I will be calculating the bending moment and shear force for cantilever subjected to UDL. Nothing but MU is equal to WU L effective square by 2. It is for cantilever. W is 34.74 into L effective is 2.75 bracket square divided by 2. It is equal to, when you calculate this one, you will be getting a value of 131.36 kilonewton meter. Okay, and when it comes to the shear force, it is nothing but VU. It is equal to WU into L effective. It is equal to 34.74 into 2.75. Total it is equal to, VU is equal to 95.53 kilonewton. This is the shear force and this one is the bending moment acting on the section. So before that we need to calculate the MU limit also. So MU limit is equal to, as the grade of steel used in this problem is Fe415, so MU limit is equal to 0.138 FCK BD square. FCK, the grade of concrete we are using is 20, B is equal to 230 and depth is equal to 500 square. In this, if it is 0.138 FCK BD square, okay, when you calculate this one, I'll be getting a moment, limiting moment is equal to 158.7 kilonewton meter. Now MU and MU limit need to be compared, so that you need to judge whether it is singly or doubly. So here what I will do, MU is 131.36 and MU limit is 158.7. So MU is less than MU limit, so this will be a singly reinforced cantilever beam. Singly reinforced beam. Okay. For singly reinforced beam, AST will be calculated using the equation. So next step is step 5. Step 5, reinforcement calculation. Here in this reinforcement calculation we have an equation. AST is equal to, for singly reinforced beam or singly reinforced sections, we have equation AST is equal to 0.5 FCK divided by Fy into bracket 1 minus root of 1 minus 4.6 MU divided by FCK BD square into bracket BD. Okay, this is this equation to be used to calculate the reinforcement of singly reinforced sections. Okay, so here I will be using this equation to find out the value of AST, that is equal to 0.5, FCK is 20, Fy is 415 into bracket 1 minus root of 1 minus 4.6. MU is nothing but, okay, among MU and MU limit, whatever the least value is there, that will be considered. That is 131.36 will be considered. 131.36 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by FCK BD square. FCK is nothing but, again it is 20, B is 230, D is 500 square into bracket BD. Okay, B is, again it is 230 into 500. When you solve this equation, AST is equal to Okay, you'll be getting 862.13 mm square. This is the AST required value. Okay, so what I will do, I'll be using a 20 mm die. Either you may use 12, 16, 20, 25, whatever may be the die of reinforcement. Okay, but the thing is that as it is a little bit high reinforcement, if you use 12 mm dia, okay, you may get around 8-9 number of bars. If you use 16, you may get 5 number of bars. Okay, if you want to provide more number of bars, you can go for the least dia. So here in the present case, I will be taking 20 mm bars. I will be using 20 mm bars. So number of bars is equal to capital AST divided by small AST. Capital AST is nothing but this is AST required. Small AST is area of 1 bar. Okay, that is nothing but 862.13 divided by pi by 4 into 20 square. Okay, 20 mm dia bar I am using. So we got number is equal to 2.74. So I will be making it as 3 numbers. Okay, so here in the top side, that is on the tension side, I will be providing 3 numbers of. Okay, I will be writing a statement: provide #3, it is 3 numbers, T20 mm at top. Top means as it is a cantilever beam, the tension reinforcement will be at top. Okay, so 3 numbers of 20 mm dia. Okay, so now what I will do, I will make it a box so that it will be used while doing detailing. Okay, so AST provided is equal to 3 into pi by 4 into 20 square. When you calculate this one, you will be getting the area of reinforcement provided is equal to 942.47 mm square. Okay, that is nothing but AST required is less than, or AST provided is greater than AST required. Okay, once if it is completed, next what I will do, as it is a singly reinforced beam, okay, we need to provide the anchor bars at bottom, that is #2 numbers T10 mm at bottom. So here I will be finding the percentage of tension reinforcement, that is 100 into AST provided by BD. 100 into AST provided, here we have calculated, that is 942.47. 942.47 divided by B is 230, D is 500. When you calculate this one, you'll be getting 0.81%. Okay, even though if you want, you can check the minimum percentage of reinforcement also, that is AST minimum. When you calculate, that is nothing but equation is there, that is nothing but AST minimum is equal to 0.85 BD divided by Fy. 0.85 BD divided by Fy. Okay, there is the equation. Okay, that is nothing but AST minimum is equal to, AST minimum for Fe415 steel is 0.21% of BD. It is equal to 0.21 into B is 230, D is 500. You may be getting a value around 235.54 mm square. Okay, this is the minimum reinforcement required. Okay, but our reinforcement value is greater. AST minimum is less than AST required value which we got. Okay, so no need to change the reinforcement. Whatever the percentage is provided is more than percentage required. Okay, hence no need to change. Okay, so next step is step 6. Step 6, that is check for shear. It is nothing but VU is equal to VUS plus VUC, whereas VU S is equal to VU minus VUC. Already we have calculated VU. Okay, VU I will keep as it is. VUC is nothing but tau C into BD. Okay, tau C depends on the value of PT. PT which we already calculated here. It is 0.81%. Okay, when you use or when you refer table number 19, page number 73 of IS 456. Okay, for M20 grade concrete, and Fe415 steel. Okay, I will be finding the value of tau C based on PT. Okay, when you calculate tau C using this chart, using this table, you will be getting value of tau C is equal to how much? 0.5744 Newton per mm square. Okay, so use this table and find out by doing interpolation. You will be getting value of tau C. Okay, when you calculate this one, easily you can find out the value of VUC, and later you can find out value of VUS. VUS is equal to VU minus VUC. I'll substitute the value of VU. VU is 95.53 minus, okay, I'll be keeping it in Newton, minus tau C is 0.5744 into 230 into 500. When you calculate value of VUS, which we will get, VUS is nothing but the shear to be resisted by the reinforcement. VU is the total shear force which is acting on the section. VUC is the shear resisted by the concrete. Okay, here what I will do, I will be finding value of VUS. VUS is equal to, when you calculate this one, VUS will be equal to 29.48 kilonewton. This is the force which is acting on the section. This is the shear force which is acting on the steel. Okay, that means this much of the shear force need to be resisted by the steel reinforcement or vertical stirrup. Okay, here next what I will do, I will be finding the vertical stirrups. Okay, the shear force which is acting is how much? That is 29.48 kilonewton, which is acting on the total. It is 95 something kilonewton is there, which is acting on the section, 95.53. Later the concrete will be resisted by concrete will resist this much amount of shear, that is 0.5744 into 230 into 500. It may be around 66 kilonewton. The shear reinforcement need to be resisted, that is the 29.48 kilonewton need to be resisted by the shear reinforcement. So here what I will do, I will be first using two-legged 6 mm dia. I will be finding. So area of shear reinforcement is equal to, we have two legs, 2 into, that is the shear rings will have the two legs, so that's why I am writing 2 here, and area of one bar, that is 6 mm, is equal to 56.54 mm square. This is the shear force which is acting on the section. Okay, now this is the area of the shear reinforcement. Okay, now I will be finding the value of, or the how many stirrups need to be provided, that will be calculated by using the equation. We have 4 guidelines to find out the spacing of the shear reinforcement. That is nothing but, first equation is there, VUS is equal to 0.87 Fy ASV D divided by SV. Okay, now first I will be finding the value. Okay, we know the value of VUS, we know the value of Fy, ASV and D. Okay, only remaining unknown thing is SV. So SV is equal to 0.87 Fy ASV D divided by VUS. It is nothing but 0.87. Fy is 415. ASV is already we calculated here, that is nothing but 56.54 into D is 500 mm, that is depth of the beam. VUS here we have calculated, that is 29.48 kilonewton. 29.48 kilonewton is nothing but 10 to the power of 3. When you calculate this one, we will be getting value of SV is equal to 346.23 mm. The first spacing we got 346.23 mm. We have 4 guidelines in the IS 456. Second one is minimum shear reinforcement, that is nothing but ASV divided by BSV is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.87 Fy. Okay, when you rearrange, this will be equal to ASV into 0.87 Fy divided by 0.4 into B. When you substitute 56.54, that is ASV, 0.87 into Fy, 415 divided by 0.4 into B. B is nothing but, so SV is equal to 221.38 mm. So when you calculate using this equation, we got how much? SP is equal to 221.38 mm. Earlier we got, based on this equation, we got 346.23. Apart from these two, we have another 2 guidelines, that is third one, SV is equal to 0.75 times the effective depth. It is nothing but 0.75 into 500. It is equal to 375 mm. And fourth one is SV is equal to 300 mm. Among these 4 values, the least value is taken into consideration. Okay, here SV is equal to 375, next one is SV is equal to 300. Among these 4 values, first one, this one, second, third and fourth. Among these 4 values, the least value of SV is this one, that is 221. So I will be providing the shear reinforcement. Adopt or provide two-legged T6 mm at 220 mm center to center. Always you should take the lesser value than this. Okay, the floor value of this one. Okay, so this will be the check for shear, and the next step will be here we'll be getting one additional step, that is step 7, that is development length. Presently in this development length, we have an equation in IS 456, that is phi sigma s divided by 4 into tau BD. Phi is nothing but the dia of bar, main bar I am using. Here you can see dia of main bar is 20 mm. So I will be taking 20. Sigma s is nothing but 0.87 into the grade of steel, that is stress in the steel, 4 into tau BD. Okay, from the table which is there in IS 456, I will be taking the tau BD value, that is 1.2, and he said that if we are using HYST bars, this value, whatever 1.2 value is there, it should be increased by 60%. Okay, then it will be increased by 60%, means need to multiply with 1.6. When you solve this one, you will be getting value of LD is equal to 902.62 mm. Okay, it may be around 1000 mm. Okay, 1000 mm, that is 1 meter development length need to be calculated. Okay, and next step is step 8. It is L by D max, that is check for deflection. Okay, I will be writing check for deflection. So L by D max is equal to L by D actual or sorry L by D basic value, basic into KT into KC into KF. These values will get okay, so L by D max is equal to L by D basic, that is 7 for cantilever beam. This is a singly reinforced beam, so KC will becomes 1, and this is not a flanged beam, this is KC, this is KF. This is L by D basic value. This is KT. Only KT need to be calculated here. Okay, from the figure number 4 in page number 38, we will be calculating value of KT. Okay, before that, from the figure number 4, we need to calculate Fs value, that is nothing but 0.58 times AST required divided by AST provided, as well as we have PT value, that is percentage of tension reinforcement. Using this percentage of tension reinforcement, you need to find out value of KT. Okay, so here we have solved the value of KT, that is nothing but we already calculated. Just go through the procedure which we already solved. How to calculate KT is discussed in the previous videos also. So we got KT is equal to 1.1, KC and KF becomes 1, there is no such modification. These are the modification factors. Okay, so we got a value of 7.7, that is L by D max is equal to 7.7, and L by D actual. Okay, always L by D actual value should be less than L by D max, then only you can call it as you can say the beam is safe under deflection. L by D actual means the span divided by the actual depth provided, it is equal to 5. So here L by D max is greater than L by D actual. Okay, hence the beam is safe under, hence the beam is safe under deflection. Okay, here you can check the beam under deflection. Okay, so here next we will go for the detailing part. In the detailing part, okay, the main reinforcement or the stirrups we have provided here. Here the main reinforcement will be at top. These are the 3 numbers of 20 mm dia. We calculated here. It is 3 numbers of 20 mm dia at top, and at bottom 2 numbers of 10 mm dia. So I will be taking 3 numbers of 20 mm dia at top. Two numbers of 10 mm at bottom. So here what I will do, I will be showing the reinforcement detailing. Here H3 20 mm at the top, it is a cantilever beam, so AST will be at top, and these are the nominal hanger or anchor bars, 2 number 10 mm, and the stirrups hash, that is 2-legged. These are the 2-legged stirrups, 2-legged T 6 mm at 220 mm center to center. In this way we will be designing the cantilever beam. The problem statement was need to design a 2.5 meter span cantilever beam subjected to UDL or the live load Okay, so we found moment as well as shear. So to resist moment we have provided the reinforcements, longitudinal reinforcement, and to resist the shear we have provided the stirrups. Whatever the stirrups we have provided stirrups to resist the shear. Okay, so in this way we will be designing the cantilever beam subjected to UDL. Thank you.